they're almost identical. Okay, so we were just talking about when you're driving. Okay, getting to the playa. Once you get to the playa, what you do, or really any time that you stop, in order to operate anything in this vehicle, you always want to set your parking brake. Okay, so your parking brake is located right there. Right, it's the one on your foot, and then whenever you leave, you just undo the lever. Okay.
Okay.
When you get to the playa, all right, what you're going to want to do is, the keys are going to be in, the truck's going to be on, okay? Before you do anything else, god damn. Run across the street and get some gas, right? Whatever we get going. Whenever you get to where you're going, the first thing you do, look here to your left, and there's a electronic leveling system. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to turn it on, and then you will hit auto and just hold. And what's going to happen is that's going to pull out the jacks from underneath. All right. And this is once you're exactly where you need to park. Right. Okay. You're not going to move anymore. Hit auto, and that's going to pull down the jacks, and it's going to level your unit. Okay. It's going to basically lift you up and level. Once it's done leveling, then at that point, I'm going to shut this one off because it's like desperately low on fuel, so we'll get you around. But once you get done with that, then before putting out the slides or doing anything, you're going to go around to the driver's side of the vehicle, all right? And you're going to plug in your power cord, okay? So the way we do that, come on with. Everything that is service related is going to be on the driver's side of the unit. So follow me here. Now I don't like having the slides out during this time because you'll hit your head and it gets difficult, right? The power cable is going to take back. All right, so this is your power cable. Okay, so you'll pull it out of here, and then you're going to plug in to the generator. All right, so that's step 2.
Okay.
All right,
the
first
generator
step,
is.
the generator is going to be what they have at the playa for you. Whatever
Okay.
they tell you to plug into,
Okay.
that's what you're going to plug into.
Okay.
Right? So you're going to use that power cord and plug in. All right. After that, if they have any type of water or if they have any type of sewage or anything like that, all of that is going to be located here in the water station. All right. So with these vehicles, what you want to pay attention to is like if you have a constant source of water, meaning if it's something that you're plugged into and it stays plugged in, which I don't believe you guys have, you would put it into the city fill. But because you don't, you're actually going to go into the fresh tank fill. Okay?
Okay.
So whenever you get water in Gerlach, right, you're going to plug into here and you're going to get water into the fresh tank fill.
Okay.
When the vehicle is full, you'll notice that water will basically come out from underneath. All right. So once the vehicle gets all the way full, there's an overflow valve. Water is going to come underneath, and that's when you cut it off.
Okay.
All right. Cool. As far as the sewer, it's going to be underneath here, right? So what you'll do is you would take the sewer hose, you come underneath, and you'll twist on. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But you'll see there's some teeth here. You're basically going to twist on to the teeth, and then as you are flushing out the line, you'll basically first pull the black. Okay, the black tank is going to be the sewer water. The gray tank is going to be from the sinks and showers. So you'll first pull the black, then you'll push it in once it's done. Then you'll pull the gray, let that flow all the way through, and then push it back in, right? So pull the black, let it flush, push it back in, gray, let it flush, push it back in, all right? The sewer comes out first because then the water from the sinks and showers will kind of clean out the line, right?
Okay. Got it.
All right. So let's keep moving. You guys will need to use the generator at any point, okay? The generator is going to be right here. All right. But there's not a whole lot that you need to do out here. And Tim is going to be with you. So Tim is one of our techs, and he'll be able to help you out if you happen to have a troubleshooting issue with the generator. That being said, I will show you one thing. Now you'll start it from the inside, but I will show you one thing. On all these generators, there is a breaker. Okay, it's right here. So let's say you run the generator, you got to give it about 30 seconds for basically the inverter to kick in on the inside. But if it seems like you don't have power and the generator is running, what you'll look for is the microwave. On the microwave inside, if you can read the time on the microwave, it's working. But if you can't, then it's not. So that's your indicator of whether or not you're having an electrical issue. So go to the microwave, see if you can read the time. If you can read the time, you're good. But if you can't, then you probably tripped one of these breakers. All right, so you come out here, take this off, basically make sure that the breaker isn't tripped like that. All right, just flip it back on, and that should solve the problem. All right, and that's if the generator is running. And you're not
and then
getting
there's a flip for that, or switch trick.
For getting it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be inside. You can also manually start it from out here, but the generator is normally started from inside.
I don't know how often we'll do that, but we don't know.
Yeah. Cool. Now, going back in, right? So you've got all of that done. You got power, right? You already filled up water in Gerlach. You show up at Burning Man. You leveled. You came out. You got the power on. Now you go back in. Once you're back in here, you're gonna go straight to your control panel. All right. So on the control panel, what we're gonna do: touch to unlock. Slides are gonna be right there. So that's what it looks like for the slides. Okay. It's this guy here. All right. If you're curious about the water fill and whether or not you did it right, you can always check your monitors. Just make sure your fresh is all the way up.
Okay.
All right. You'll notice gray and black are empty. Just make sure your fresh is all the way up. All right. Now slide. You got sofa, dinette, kitchen, and bed. Right. So in this one, 1, 2, 3 slides. Sofa dinette, right here. Let's slide in. On these digital ones, it's kind of a pain in the ass. There you go. You just gotta find the right button. Always make sure there's nothing in front of the slide. Make sure it's clear. Okay, this kind of shit happens in transit all the time, right? So when you get there and you're doing setup, look for things like this and just try to get things reattached, because what's going to happen is, you're getting ready to put this thing through an earthquake for 4 days. And what that means is that shit's gonna, it's gonna fall over, like things are gonna happen. So look for little things like this and just, get everything kind of tucked in and put back together for when you're actually there with the customer, right? Things like this. Okay. All right, from here, we got the slide out the back. And we want to make sure the room is clear, okay? So I'm going to put this full-length mirror.
Do we want to get the chest in here?
Yeah, we will. It's going in the compartment in the front.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing we do before you take off.
Okay.
So the full-length mirror, find a good place for it. Once you get the slide all the way out, you could put it, for example, like,
Somewhere
right
it won't
here.
fall over. Gotcha.
Basically somewhere it won't fall over.
Yeah.
When they were here the other day, it seems like it's important to the wife
Important to have a good mirror out there.
So just put it somewhere where, you know, they can stand in front of it,
Yeah.
right? Do what they need to do. Let's get this slide in. Nothing here, all's well. Oh yeah, your panel is over there, so
I can go.
no, no, I was saying your panel is right there. That's why I was walking in that direction, just because like I was just I forgot that this one is here. So
Go to
next one's
bed.
gonna be the kitchen, right
Kitchen
here.
first. Is there an order they have to go in, or?
No. Okay. Keep in mind though, so see what's happening here?
Yeah,
Right?
you're having to push out for it to go in.
Yeah, polarity is reversed. So that happens, like, you know, if you push out and it's not going out, you know, try the other direction.
Okay.
Almost there. Okay, cool. Next thing, bed.
And again, do you want to typically do it in that order?
Sure. I mean, the order doesn't really
Doesn't
matter.
matter. Okay.
Yeah, just make sure that it's clear. And again, with these digitals, it's like you got to find the right spot on the screen.
And when it's all the way in, it'll just kind of sound like it's not going any further, right? That's how
Yeah,
you
you
know?
just keep pushing in, and then it'll stop on its own. Okay, now you see those flimsy little legs on the outside of the bed?
Yeah.
When you get it out, check them. Because sometimes what happens, like when you push in the slide, those legs will kind of go like this. So just go and set them correctly.
Cool.
Right. Cool. All right. So, and then when you get there, the shades.
Real quick, for the
Yeah.
auto leveling mechanism over here,
Mhm.
you just hit on, off, and then auto, and that was it, right?
On, off, auto.
And
Yep.
it just does it by itself.
Yep. And then on your way out, right, you got to retract them. So then you push retract all jacks and wait till it comes all the way out.
bottom right corner, retract all jacks. Okay.
And is that, and then what was it again around the other? So as soon as before you start, you go around the driver's side.
No, well, you first, and we'll do the walkthrough again on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one if you want to
Okay.
come to, just so that it just kind of it's fresh in your mind. What I'm looking for right now is the shade, which is going to be it's usually right here. Battery boost. Oh, so that's an important one. We had a dead battery on his this morning, and what I ended up doing is you just press battery boost for long enough to let the battery charge, then turn on the car. That's it. So this is for like if your car's not starting, just press battery boost, hold it for a while, and then start it up. Batteries go dead on these things a lot, like because these things like see the car's off and this thing's on. So yeah, it's kind of an issue. But all right, where are the shades? LED lights, leveling, radio, shade, reset.
Shades are right there. It's the left on the dashboard.
There you go. Good call. When you get there to apply it, go ahead and get all these shades down, because that's going to allow your ACs to work and do their job, right? There's one thing I didn't tell you where the thermostat was. Thermostats are just like your house. They're going to be right here on the wall, okay? So on the thermostat, on, off, right? And then mode, cool. Set the fan on auto, but here's the temp, right? On, off, mode, temp. So when you get there, that'll be the last thing you do once you're all slid out, on, off, temp. Cannot work the AC without power, right? So you gotta be plugged in. Okay. Or you gotta have the generator running. There's another one back there. You got 2 zones. Same with you. The other thing though, the generator digital control panel. If you want to get the generator on at any point, right there, okay, manual operation, hold the start until it starts. Right, so you just push it and hold it until it starts.
How will you know when it starts?
You'll hear it.
You hear it?
It's a big.
And that'll
rumbling.
just run the power when it's not plugged in.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you need that for your ACs.
Oh, okay.
Another thing I would highly recommend is that if you are not going to be using the back, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shut off all power. We're going to cut off all power to the back. All right, and the way you do that is right here at the front step, battery disconnect, okay, right here. Yeah, so this is the first button here.
Yeah.
You just shut that off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll what? Turn off the generator?
That's
Or
gonna
just
that's
turn
gonna shut off
everything?
the everything in the house. That's gonna shut off everything in the house and gonna allow you to save battery power.
Okay.
Let's get that freezer in here and then you'll be good to go.